Oh, you caught me with my pants down, Steven.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Thing.
What's the easiest thing we can find?
Ourselves.
It's like when you rent a tux for prom night. You can rent a tux and an inch and a half.
Right. Exactly.
Bundle deal, $3.99.
Is the top 1% going to have 99% of it?
And that's it. They've called it. The president-elect has come out of his slumber in the cave.
They've called it, but our current president has not conceded the race yet.
Welcome back, folks. It is November 7th, and you are listening to a couple of fellas not on November 7th.
How about that?
Just giving you some context on what we're talking about. Tito Ortiz, now elected to city council in Huntington Beach, California.
Yeah, so tell me this guy's whole deal.
He was an MMA fighter. I think he got really popular as a heel, like being the asshole in the storylines.
Well, wait, MMA or WWE?
MMA, but he was really good at that style of like wrestling theatrics.
Okay,
and there were storylines like that in the early MMA days.
Oh,
he was like an early
MMA.
UFC guy.
Okay, back when it was a little goofier, I think.
Exactly, a little bit more anime.
Like they would have like exactly like anime. Like
300-pound sumo wrestlers and 180-pound jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah,
facing
versus
off.
some like Krav Maga man or something.
Exactly, yes. Back from those days. So wild man.
Dude, I would love to watch old UFC fights. I feel like they'd be so much more interesting.
If you
than
get
new
Fight
ones.
Pass, apparently it has like tons of historical of all of the fight leagues from like the 70s onward. UFC was 90s. We can do this.
I could definitely check it out on YouTube first. I feel like I could find it there.
Probably also.
Yeah.
But then you have to Google and YouTube instead of just using one application. You could pay for this minor convenience in your life, Steven.
Yeah, see, that's exactly the barrier, though, is the pay part that you just said and kind of glossed
Tried to slip it in there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like our Patreon. Slip it in there. You'll not even notice among all of the Starbucks receipts littering the floor of your car, whoever's listening.
We're 10,000 patrons strong. If you're the 10,001st patron, though, you get a big cash prize.
I heard a really interesting twist on Patreon from Joey Diaz now. I guess it was $1, but now I think it's big enough that he just had to raise it a bit to $3 is like the minimum tier. And it's the ability to send messages on Patreon. So he like chats with his fans, his Patreon fans.
A lot of Patreons that I know have Discord servers.
That's the Flagrant 2 podcast that I'm on.
Yeah.
#1 comedy Discord or comedy Patreon in the world.
How about that?
Has, the asshole army, a whole community on Discord and other apps.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, that's like a little bit of a workaround.
That's a lot of fan interaction and like moderated top down. Yeah, the guys that run it see it, but less so are, I think, in the trenches there. This is like Joey Diaz spends 2 hours a day sending messages back to fans that are messaging him.
Oh, wow.
Which is really interesting and a level of dedication that I don't know if we could pull off even at our current subscription level.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have a different job, I could.
Yeah,
Easy.
maybe. We'll have to get there.
Yeah, really.
Never mind. I almost gave away something that I want to talk to you about after this. It's a little bit of a business idea.
It's more of this is Patreon content. So if you want to hear Zane's business idea, you've got to sign up for the Patreon.
And totally not a ruse. I do have a business idea I want to pitch you after this.
No, I got you.
I thought of it today and I almost texted you. Instead, I called you and you didn't answer. And I called you a hooer.
Oh, you called? Oh.
And then I called you again and you didn't answer again. And I said, you're definitely a hooer.
You know what must have happened was...
I didn't want to talk to you.
This explains a lot. Because my car, as you know, kind of like auto...
hangs up. That's why I called twice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you called and I missed it, didn't see who it was. I assumed it was Danny. Called him back and he had like no time to speak. And I was like, why'd you...
I thought you wanted this.
Yeah, I thought you called me.
You were asking for it.
That makes so much sense. Yeah, he seems so unprepared to talk.
Oh, you caught me with my pants down, Steven.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
That's why he switched it to video chat, right?
Yeah, and so what's also funny about that is when you texted me calling me a whore, I thought that was just like an out of the blue thing. Like, I'm just thinking of Steve. I'll call him a whore. Out of nowhere.
To be fair, I've never done that.
Yeah, and I just like played along. I was like, dude, I wish.
I'm glad we were able to clear the air. Hopefully there's no lingering tension.
That's so funny.
So what do you got going on tonight again? You were doing something fun last night. You're doing something fun tonight. You're basically a super spreader.
Oh, dude. Did I want to talk about this on the podcast?
Super spreading? Bug chasing?
No. Well, not exactly.
You had a hookup.
No.
Aw.
No, not that either. So
You caught the crab.
if you remember, back in early Couple of Fellas days, back in February, right before the pandemic, basically.
Couple of Fellows Brewery.
Yeah, our day one homies will remember this. I told you asked if I had gone on any dates recently or anything because you knew I had and you want me to say it on mic. So
I remember that.
So I was like, yeah. So
Sure sounds like something I would do.
yeah, like talked to her for a while, a couple months.
I recall.
Pandemic, happens and then it kind of fades off into nothing.
Exactly when I find relationships.
that was in May, I would say it stopped. And then I get a Snapchat from her last night out of nowhere.
November 6th, to continue placing context.
Yes, exactly. To really age this episode, to really date it.
This is old news by the time you're hearing it, folks.
So yeah, it just kind of like shook me. I was just hanging out with my friends, two people who I hadn't seen since college who were like decently good friends with her, like randomly. Yeah, crazy coincidence. Snapped her back like an hour after because I didn't see the message at first, and that was it. Just kind of gone as soon as she came.
She didn't reply?
Yeah, no, I don't think I opened it.
Still?
The last time I checked, which was like midday today, and I sent it like last night.
Am I allowed to ask what she snapped you?
Yeah, just like a cute pic of her, said hi.
Okay. In that case, I'm much more confused. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a drunk bathroom titty snap or something that maybe she doesn't want to acknowledge.
Right, yeah,
That
it wasn't
sounds
anything embarrassing.
That sounds like an extension of an offer to talk.
Yeah, I should reach out. I think I should reach out.
Again?
Yeah, maybe.
Did you just mirror her exact Snapchat and say hi back?
No, I sent a picture of myself and I was like, "Oh well, long time no talk." Like,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
We're tactful.
We're
sneaky.
chill.
I
We're,
like-
yeah,
I get it.
exactly. I'm not playing my whole hand right now. Yeah, not laying my cards on the table. But
I
yeah,
gotcha.
weird little thing happened
Isn't
last
whole
night.
hand your nickname for your penis?
That's two whole hands.
Whoa!
Exactly, dog.
And you won't even play one of those right now? Can't
No.
even stick halfway out the waistband for her?
All close to the chest, both literally and metaphorically.
I forgot you said that happens when you do the waistband trick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more of a neckline trick than a waistband trick for me. Like,
That's why you're wearing all these turtlenecks lately.
yeah, that's why I'm always buttoned up to the top. I'm not just a stiff. Well, I am stiff.
All the time.
Yeah, that is.
And
the
if you had
issue.
this penis, you would be too.
Exactly. Yeah, no one knows my struggle.
It's like having an extra spine in the front. This is why you were such a great wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
You got a whole extra brace up the.
yeah, lots of
Anterior.
support. Yeah, it served me well, but it's a blessing and a curse. Two sides of the same coin.
Tripod wasn't your nickname. That was someone else's.
Yeah, that was my other friend. He
Had an even bigger schlong.
somehow we found each other. It was the craziest thing.
I thought it was just that the Yukon wrestling team all this dick implants every season.
You gotta look good in a singlet, man.
The more
you know what I
years you're on
mean?
the team, the more inches you get added.
Singlets are not forgiving. You know what I mean? Like you
That's
gotta
true.
you gotta look your best all the time. So sometimes you need a little, medical help, a little cosmetic surgical help.
Speaking of which, did you see that they confirmed Celeste's protagonist, Madeline, is trans?
How about that?
On that smooth segue, Paul Blart on a segue. Fuck you,
God.
John.
Fucking John.
Swear to God.
Swear to fucking God, John.
Anyway. My favorite part about it is that he doesn't get tired of it.
No.
The more tired other people get, the happier he is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an incredible catch-22 because you
Yeah.
either give him positive feedback for the joke, which means he will absolutely make it again, or you're fed up with the joke, which means he will absolutely make it again.
Yeah, yeah. He either wants to keep the train rolling or get its steam back, but those are the only two options.
The train doesn't stop.
Train don't stop.
Choo choo.
Freight train ain't got no brakes.
Almost like he can summon a ghost train.
Oh lordy.
Anyway, I just finished watching The Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix.
The Haunting? How spooky of you.
You would think. It's pretty spooky.
Yeah.
But it is a slow burn.
Okay.
It takes place mostly in the 80s, like I guess late 80s in the English countryside at a manor, and everything is so prim and proper, except when it isn't. And it takes 7.5 of the 9 episodes to really get there, to start getting answers.
Really?
I'm honestly, I guess that's suspense. Frustration is how it manifested. But to the showmaker's credit, they ended episode 7 of 9 on a ridiculous cliffhanger. And then the entire 8th episode was additional like exposition and answers and backstory that caught you up to an ending on the same cliffhanger that finally gets addressed in the 9th episode. Like they burnt an entire hour-long episode to end on the same scene. That had me saying, fuck it, it's midnight, but one more episode.
Okay, so
incredible use of timing in that regard.
Right.
Assholes.
But it could have been paced better. It sounds like it was too slow for too long.
Maybe it built and added to it, but it was like a spooky romance also was kind of a sub-theme. And I think
spooky romance.
Yeah.
I would adore a spooky romance.
Exactly. This is definitely a show for the ladies out there that want vampires to exist and bring them into their circle of friends. Like that fits the theme.
Okay.
If you enjoy Twilight, you'll probably like
this. Will scratch the same itch.
Pretty similar vein, less sparkles, but
right.
Couple of good scares.
Okay.
Couple of great twists, honestly, in the plot, but I think that it would have been a more entertaining show at 6 episodes of the same content. I think it could have been crunched.
Okay.
And maybe if you're watching it for the whole emotional, romantically built part, that's the payoff. But
yeah,
I wanted more spook and less scissor. It is a lesbian romance story.
Oh, dude, I was also watching a very LGBTQ friendly show recently called Broad City. I just finished it.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
I saw ads that made it look flashy and good, but I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, it's 50 episodes, 5-10 episode seasons. But
20 or 50 minutes?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's these 2 girls who like live in New York, and the jokes
city full of broads.
Yeah, exactly. But
broads and bagels.
It's kind of like how edgy it is. I would say kind of similar edginess to like Always Sunny, but less.
That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so dude, I went home and I was like, I'd watch like the first season and like 1 or 2 episodes of the second, and then I went home for my birthday and I was just sitting at my family TV. And I was like, oh, I'll throw on some Broad City. Like, I wonder if my parents come and watch it with me. And in this episode, I guess it's not a spoiler. It happens really early on in the episode. But if you really don't want any Broad City spoilers, skip ahead a little bit. But
we do timestamps for this reason.
Yeah. And so the main character, Abby, like she has like one of the 2 main characters, Abby, she has like this crush on her, like this guy who lives down the hall from her, and they finally go on a date.
That's
right?
not very LGBT.
Well, that isn't. The other main character is bisexual and nutty, but so she finally goes on this date with him, goes great, whatever. They're in the bedroom, they're like having sex, and she's like, oh, do you want to switch? Because he was on top. He's like, he gets really excited. He's like, yeah, sure. And then he goes over to his dresser, grabs a strap on, and like hands it to her, like, sure. And so now this girl's like, oh, like goes
now
to the bathroom, calls her friend, like, what do I do? And
strap
like,
that shit on and hammer away.
And so that she like ends up like pegging him, and I'm like watching this with my parents. Obviously it's not like a graphic showing of her pegging him, but like
it's apparent.
Yeah, it's well, like, yeah, she like comes out with like just in her underwear and a strap on to this guy in bed, and like,
if only,
and then it leaves the rest up to your imagination.
If you're listening.
But yeah, I was watching this with my parents. And I was like, oh God. Because you know how like when you're watching something by yourself, you kind of like don't realize how fucked up it is sometimes until you show someone else.
Yeah, The Boys is a great show to watch
D-
alone and
exactly.
reminisce with others.
Exactly, dude. The Boys is a great example, more in like the violence direction, but also the sexual stuff is very uncomfortable. But yeah, and so I'm like, oh god, I'm watching this with my parents. Like, what's going on? And then my dad's like, hey, Steve, can you turn it up? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, he's into it.
Slap, 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 slap.
And then
nothing like the sound of polyurethane balls on an unshaven taint.
nothing quite like it. But yeah, and then my mom texted me like 2 days later, like, oh, me and dad have been watching Broad City. So funny. We love it. I was like, all right, this is cool. This went well. This could have gone bad, but I'm glad they like the show. But yeah, highly recommended.
Dad's like really into it.
Yeah. He watches
he keeps
episodes
replaying that episode
like 2 or 3 times in a row.
Hey, honey, you know our honeymoon's coming up, right? Or anniversary, whatever.
Oh, you want to watch all of Broad City in one day?
That wasn't the direction I was taking. Hint, hint. Your dad's about to get the same birthday gift that we've been giving everyone else.
Oh, goodness.
But inverted.
Oh, I told that story with Danny on the podcast.
Oh, good.
I did, right? When he was on last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to edit the audio.
Right.
Of you
so you
not
know
wanting to share it. Yeah, everyone knows.
You know intimately. Okay, the story.
Not too intimately. How's it work?
Oh, it's great.
Now I know intimately.
Yeah, no complaints. I mean, it's more work than the old-fashioned method, but
only a little.
Yeah, it's like it's usually not like I have much
it's like outsourcing any dirty job.
I'm usually not in a rush anyway, so screw it.
Light a couple of candles, Alexa, dim the lights.
Yeah, exactly. Play Helpless Whispers in the background.
Helpless Whispers or Careless Whisper?
Careless Whispers.
Jesus Christ.
Helpless screams in the background.
Nothing to set the mood.
Yeah.
Like the audio track they play in the background of a haunted house.
Helpless Whispers might be the title of this episode. That's not a bad one.
I miss when we came up with them on the fly during episodes because usually that's the hardest part of editing these. Yeah. I'm sitting there like,
I really like the last one I edited. It might be a little bit of a mouthful, but Legend of Fellas 4 Swords Adventure just came to me out of nowhere. That
was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I like that. That captures the epic nature.
Yeah, exactly.
That meeting of boys.
I love the idea.
Fellas.
I just love the question of like, what could we fight if all 4 of us had swords? Oh my God.
Thank you. I'm still not sure we totally decided, but I think one female lion was what we ended up on.
Yeah, I think that was.
We didn't really get any
consensus.
farther than that.
Yeah.
We turned down Polar and Grizzly, which I think was the right call.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're not piercing that thing like easily.
Oh,
and he can take a couple piercings.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cram all 4 in when he comes at your mouth first.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna have to be it.
Dude, I saw The Revenant.
It's anime finishes only. You're gonna have to go forearm deep in that thing's throat.
Yeah, seriously.
Punch the sword out through the back. Climb through, maybe. I don't know.
That's the thing. No slashing either. It's got to all be like
jabby jabs.
It's got to be stabs. Yeah.
So what could the 4 of us fight if we all had rapiers?
A child for sure. But what's the hardest thing?
What's the easiest thing we could fight?
Ourselves.
Each other.
Yeah.
The Legend of Fellas. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. We need to do more hypotheticals.
Yeah.
The Would You Rathers were fun. We immediately faded off that. I guess we didn't find our voice in the podcast world. I like those hypotheticals. Those are fun ones. Maybe we need a good brainstorming session. How many socks could you wear at once?
I don't know.
And now, with that number in mind, what is the slowest animal you could outrun with that many socks on?
The slowest animal you could outrun?
You have to hit him with the back and forths, the negatives.
Yeah. I'm so blanking. Like I feel like it's so hard to just think of hypotheticals out of nowhere.
Well, we'll leave that up.
TV makes it look easy.
With all the writing that goes on beforehand.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe we could just start plagiarizing from them. They did all the work for us.
That's true.
The plagiarism cast. We just recycle bits and questions from other podcasts we listen to.
Yeah, we catch you up on podcasts. So you don't have to listen to all of them.
All 900,000 podcasts.
Yeah, we do all the best bits.
We do the legwork so you don't have to. I think that is the last number. There's somewhere around 1 million podcasts, and there's 320 million people in America. I think that might just be podcasts in America.
Really?
That would be 1 in 330 people.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I mean, we know multiple people with podcasts. Like, don't you know multiple people with podcasts?
At least a couple.
Yeah.
And some of them have more clever names than ours.
Yeah.
One in particular comes to mind.
Which one?
TJ Maxx.
Oh,
Let's shout him out.
Hell yeah.
It's
we
got to
do a
Max
collab
and
with
his
them.
roommate TJ.
Yeah, or his boy from home or whatever. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that's news to me, but
Yeah,
we're on an
no.
LGBT roll.
Absolutely. Yeah, we support it. I ship TJ and Max.
I also pegged them.
One day I will. One day.
Would you take a pegging if a girl that you were really into asked you to? And if yes, you can set your conditions on this. Like it is not regular, or it is at max twice a year. Like you can set your own boundaries, but the
boundary was I'll try it once I'll try it once and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. That's fair. That's a good start.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, maybe if we had been like together for a while and I really trusted her and like
To not just jump on you.
Yeah,
Give you the people's plastic off the top ropes.
Or just like to be cool with me if I'm not cool with it.
Also that, yeah.
You know what
like
I mean?
A comfort level.
Like I'm not trying to do that with a stranger where it's like you want to do this, like they don't know me.
A girl from Tinder who brought her own.
Yeah, exactly. I probably wouldn't be all about that.
Would that be like a cooperative purchase? You would want this to be out of the packaging with you having a say in it? Or is it yes, surprise me, I don't want to think about it until it's time?
Is that a conversation I want to have beforehand?
I'm digitally recording all of this so that all the potential future partners of yours
know. Yeah, so
this is for their benefit.
We don't have to have the conversation.
The talk.
Exactly. How anal are we?
We do the legwork so you don't have to.
Yeah. Are we a pegging couple?
That's pega sus.
I think
I make myself
I might rather be surprised, kind of in the moment. I think.
Yeah.
I think
rather than plan a week around it.
Yeah, I don't want to hype it up too much. I don't want it to
Afraid you might not enjoy it as much as you think.
I don't want it to like be in my head for 24 hours that like this is happening. Yeah.
Fair.
And like feel weird about it all day. Like I'd rather be like
you don't want to be in your bed.
Like we're just kind of like going at it, whatever.
Got a nice
and she
little
like brings it
buzz,
up.
hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Feeling it. Got helpless whispers in the background.
Yeah, helpless whispers in my ear.
Nobody can help you now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm also more likely to do it in the heat of the moment than I am to like be like, you know, making eggs and it's like, oh hey, you want to try pegging? And I'd be like, what? Ask me a different time.
A spatula? What do you mean?
Like now?
You just ram an egg up there?
Yeah, already holding a strap on.
Already holding it.
Yeah.
2 hands behind her back, and one is a strap on, and the other is.
Wow, my improv is terrible. One is a strap on.
Butt plug.
Oh.
That wasn't the correct answer. That's just an option.
That's or like anal beads or something. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You choose the butt plug, and then you're upset because you would prefer the.
Yeah, maybe I would prefer the butt plug over. Because
You don't
I
want to
guess
leave it. You're not a big fan of the soaking, the Mormon way.
I don't see a woman getting anything out of me having a butt plug. I see a woman getting something out of pegging a man.
Last night's dinner.
What? No. Hopefully not. And that's the fear. And that's one of the reasons.
That's the fear of the surprise option.
Yeah, true. Oh no, I don't want to be like turned around like she's like, close your eyes, and then all of a sudden, like, surprise.
I feel weird pressure.
Like, yeah.
No.
Like more of a hey babe, like I've been wanting to try something.
I
know what I mean?
With any measure of surprise heat of the moment, that's either like you're in then or you had the forewarning to all right, we're getting off topic. Beads or plug? Fair point.
Oh,
She
beads or
she
plug?
gets something. Well, no, that's neither of those. Fuck that. You're taking the peg.
Yeah, I'd rather just take the peg. That seems like more of a bonding thing than just me wearing a butt plug around.
All right, continuing this train of thought.
Yeah.
What about size? Does it need to be smaller than you for your sake, or do you need to match yourself? What if she said,
No,
I want to
need
make
fucking training wheels on this thing, dude. The smaller the better. I'm not trying to like dive into the deep end. Never had swam before.
neckline cock first?
Yeah. Yeah. No, not quite. Yeah, no, we're starting small.
What if she said, I want to make a strap-on of your penis and have you fuck you?
And yeah, especially because then I'm like, whoa, babe, like we can start a little smaller than that. Not that I'm like huge or anything, but then maybe her argument would be like,
I thought you were gonna say her arm.
No. Her argument would be like, I didn't seem to mind when we used that exact size before.
Exactly. You've got half the body mass that I do, and I'm asking for half the penetration mass that you take.
Yeah, it's like,
it's a little bit Hippocratic.
You bring up a good point, babe.
It's a little bit of Hippocrates, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point I just brought up against myself.
Do you really, in good conscience, do you have the option to say no to your own penis?
Would it make you a hypocrite? No, screw it. If I'm not comfortable with it, this is a negotiation.
That's the right answer. That's the correct answer, I think. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Led you right to the edge and only tickled your back on that
one. Exactly. I sneezed.
No shoves. If you had a portal gun, are you blowing yourself?
No. I don't think so.
Question.
I don't think so. Interesting question. He compliments himself. Are you?
No, the interesting question is why?
Why not?
It's also, it sounds like no, I don't think so is 3 days with a portal gun away from yes.
I see what you're saying. You see the progression already.
So the interesting question now is why?
No, it was a no, but I had to clarify.
Now that you pushed me once more.
No, but I had to clarify that, like, hey man, anything's possible. Like,
this quarantine could get really locked down, and then who knows?
I'm no fortune teller. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but like, no, I don't think I'm blowing myself with a portal gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do you know how great a story that would be? What a party trick that is.
I'm gonna be the most fucking popular guy in the room, dude.
You can put your penis in another state.
Yeah. But you couldn't blow it there.
I guess you need 2 portal guns.
Yeah, exactly. This is getting complicated.
It's a real mess.
Yeah, really.
I'm gonna crack some dimensions and cause a whole thing to crumble down just for the sake of this.
Somehow just fall in forever.
I can keep fleshing out your kink preferences for future partners, or have you thought of any hypotheticals yet at all? Any things
you've really been racking my brain? I don't know. There hasn't been much room to explore. I don't.
How tall is too tall for you?
Like, how tall is a woman I'm looking to meet?
Yes.
I bet.
When I was the little spoon and she was 3 inches taller, it was very comfortable.
I was about to say, I bet my too tall is shorter than your too tall, despite me being taller than you.
I think I would be happy with up to actually maybe any. Honestly.
Really?
Like,
I think I could be.
Like, I was about to say, like, I don't know, 6 foot, 6'1", because then if I'm in like dress shoes, she can still do heels and we're the same height. And I know that a lot of girls that I've dated have had that like height thing as like something that's present, I guess. Definitely. But then I was thinking about it and I'm like, honestly, if we're walking around both at 6'2" in like flip-flops, do I really care? And then especially because I'm 6'2", any taller than me that a girl gets, I think is just points in the like eleganty model. I mean, unless you're big, boxy, gangly fella.
Yeah, fella.
Remember, fella's any gender.
Yeah, true.
And any gender identity
How
or
about
lack
that?
thereof.
Yeah.
We're breaking all convention here.
What'd you miss? Did you miss anything in there? I don't think so.
I'm approaching this like a mathematical proof. Like
Yeah.
all of it, and then
All
also
cases.
the all fake ones, and also the imaginary. Maybe this is a bad analogy because those are terms I didn't want to apply to people's gender identity.
All of all sets and all outside all sets and
Exactly.
and the null set.
all that are yes and also all that are no.
Yeah. All fellas. All falls under fellas.
That is what I mean. The ones that others might say are imaginary or fake are still in our set.
Oh, for sure.
That is what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, no, we are fucking desperate people. So like, please just be a fella.
Not the people we're fucking are desperate. You're great, honey.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all great too.
We're
But
fucking desperate, people.
I see. Yeah. Thank you for the clarification.
I'm a
No
big
one would
fan
have known
of
what I was talking about.
Extra commas. Throw them in there. Have
Yeah.
extra. Oxford, Cambridge, all the commas.
Oxford's my boy.
Oxford, I think, was the name of the company I might have just turned down an offer from.
Ooh.
That's okay. We shouldn't get into that.
I'm so sorry
Oxford's
I brought it up.
Maybe the college, maybe a businessy business. Who knows?
Mm.
There we go. Leave it obscure.
How much time are we at also?
Oh, I actually haven't even checked. We've just been having such a good time. Oh, yeah. We just cracked a half hour.
Oh, how about that?
So we'll tinkle along for a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
Make sure everybody finishes their morning commute. Keep
I'm s-
Danny occupied so he doesn't call us. We love you.
I don't know why I'm drawing such a blank for hypotheticals.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to pull any of the weight in this podcast.
It really is. I'm slow today for sure. And I'm
'Cause
not
you were
pulling it
hanging
very
last
far.
night, and you're gonna go hang tonight too.
Oh god.
Gotta hang more dong.
Yeah, true.
Gotta flop out the old neckline.
Yeah, I'm a social little butterfly, dude.
Gotta wear the V-neck. Let things hang out the front.
Right. Let everyone know what I'm about. Don't hide it anymore. It's been too damn long.
Just a little bit of tubage.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everyone already knows. Like, yeah, we see like a vertical pipe going up your torso every day at work.
That's why he keeps wearing the schmediums
Yeah.
at 6'5".
I need to
I
hold
have
it
to keep it compressed, otherwise so much blood will flood in that I'll pass out.
Oh, I've gotten too many concussions that way.
Yeah, sitting down too quickly, standing up too quickly, thinking about jerking off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
See how that could be a real hazard.
the internet, man.
And you're 6'5". You can't even trade any inches for height.
I can't trade any. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, throwback. Some people in this country have all the inches and others don't have any inches.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Honestly.
Recognize your privilege.
Yeah, dude, I've been giving away like half an inch every other year.
Just to
To charity.
the people begging at the corner when you pull up.
Yeah. It's tax deductible, so I mean, it's not too much of like a.
What do you think is the going rate for a half inch of penis?
Oh man.
Theorize the e-commerce that would arise around transferable penis if it was like blockchain
Blockchain dick.
blockchain dick,
Uh,
and you could store locally inches that you purchase online. What do you think is the going rate for 1/2 inch of penis?
ooh.
1.27 centimeters of cock.
It's gotta be pretty damn expensive, I would think. You know what I mean? If people can just trade them around, like, and what happens when you got none
It's
left?
definitely a seller's market.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're
Just
not.
give me my economics degree now.
Yeah, you can't just like show up and expect to get a half inch that like day. It's not like trading stocks.
Unless you're doing timeshares and lease options.
Yeah. I have a timeshare to this 2.5 inches of cock.
Babe,
I get
the
it
last
on
half
spring
of
break.
November, I'm taking work off.
I get it for my anniversary every year.
All right, give me a number
Yeah.
and then keep this e-commerce thing in mind because I might come back to it, but I have another question that kind of
Right.
ranges.
Right. Oh man, I'm thinking a half inch. That's gonna cost $500 a half inch.
That sounds like a pretty reasonable sum.
But that's to own.
Okay, yeah, I can live
But
with
like
that.
we're saying, you can also rent and lease, and so then it's like a lot cheaper. Like if you want it for like a weekend.
It's like when you rent a tux for prom night. You can rent a
Yes.
tux and an inch and a half.
Right. Exactly.
Bundle deal, $3.99.
Yeah. Dude, bodybuilders just have these crazy long ones because that's part of the new bodybuilding look. You know how it like transforms over time? Like bubble guts are in now in bodybuilding. Next, it's going to
bellies.
be like giant fucking dicks if this becomes a reality.
This is what medicine needs to be working on. I
Yeah.
am going to bring this innovation to medical school.
The dick
This
chain.
will be my legacy.
Dick coin.
Bitcoin is great. So, on the timeshare idea, if you could bank inches in your own vault to be withdrawn at any time, think what would be something like a comparable fantasy world, I guess, where you have to store up power. Did you ever read Aragon or any of those?
I saw the film.
You get a similar idea. You know how they like have a certain amount of magic. I don't know if it's like tied to their life or food or what, but
Yeah.
like, if I'm recalling middle school well, I think there's like gems and shit that they can store magic in, and the ones that they've been stored, like old wizards or whoever the fuck have been storing up for a long time, have way more power because there's like a limit to how much you can do without killing yourself.
Okay.
And then they can draw on that power in a burst.
I see.
If you could do this with peanut, like for every hour you spend an inch shorter, you can get back 1 minute with an extra inch.
Oh, dude, you could do a dick coin Ponzi scheme where
Yes,
like
but-
everyone's giving you some of their dick and like it's like an investment that they have over time. So it's like if they give you theirs for a long time, they can expect to get even more back.
You could, but keeping this right now to you, personal dick bank vault. Let's say it's an internal storage. I don't know. You can suck it in, and that lets you store that up for extra time later.
Okay.
You're walking around at -3 inches for an hour, and then
Wait, when you say -3, do you mean
length,
3 or less or -3?
like 3 less than you were.
Okay.
3
okay.
off of neutral. I ran out of rulers when we were trying to get a number on you.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta use a tape measure.
So if you're 3 down for an hour, then you can either have an extra 3 inches for a minute or 1 extra inch for 3 minutes. See how this like compounds and you can save?
Yes.
Would you make use of that ability? How often and how extreme? Like, give me some of the thoughts that spin off of this. Are you like, I'm doing this only on the first date? Or like, I'm adamant, I keep a journal, I keep a logbook, so I know I've got inches in the tank. Like, I'm banking every minute I can, like sick time.
Yeah.
How would you use
if I
this
was
power?
like at work, why do I need a big dick to walk around and sit at a computer? Like I'd be saving it that whole time.
That's a good, I mean, 8 hours a day then? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming like when you're asleep, can't use that. It's
Yeah.
conscious effort,
yeah.
sure.
Right.
So, all right, yeah, 40 hours a week right there is 40 minutes of however much length you're sucking down.
Yeah.
So, okay, during the whole work week, if you're, stashing most of your penis, you have 2.5 hours on the weekend of like an extra couple inches.
Yeah, exactly.
That
yeah.
sounds like a
I'm
pretty good
little
exchange
saver.
rate. I think I've set good terms on this bank investment.
Yeah, I think so too. How do we monetize that?
I don't know. This one was an internal one. I'm curious how, and also because of the compounding nature, I'm curious how this might play out if you could indulge me. Like, I'm definitely going to walk around with it in the neckline of my turtleneck.
Yeah.
That would take months of saving up, but is it worth it for the joke? Like for me, absolutely. My partner will not see most of the benefits of that ability because I will be too busy using it for funny pranks.
Right. Okay, I see. The problem is it's not like a regular currency where
It's only good for
people can grow. It seems like under this system, people can grow it themselves.
Yeah, this is less of the commerce idea. That's why
Which
I was
is
saying
kind of
save
like-
that for
Yeah.
a rainy dick. But in this case, I'm just saying internally this power, not attached to our new
Yeah.
dick coin
In-
blockchain world.
Yeah. That's like mining Bitcoin is like growing Ditcoin. You know what I mean?
Oh, if
It's
you could
similar.
stash it and then transfer it into your wallet, your digital wallet,
Yeah, exactly.
that would be yeah. And that it would be mining then if you could stack up other
Yep.
people's dick length
Yeah.
and then stash it yourself.
Yeah, and mine it yourself.
Although I think that there is a self-imposed regulation on that functionality because of the hour to minute ratio, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the cost of renting out other people's length to store that for internal dick growth, I don't think that compounds favorably economically.
Yeah, no.
So
No.
back to the regular idea.
Right. Of just buying and selling what you got and what other people got already.
Yeah, that would work better.
God gave them.
2 questions on that, and then I'll let it die.
Okay.
I'll stop jawning it.
Sure.
First, how quickly do you think we would see racist trends in the buying and selling of penises?
Ooh,
penis length.
What a good question. Racist trends like
trends according to race. I do not mean like, well, I mean, I guess somebody's got to be on the bottom end of the rankings, but
yeah, but is racism
I mean, like, are you going to see 200% the black penis purchases?
Is the top 1% going to have 99% of the dick? Yeah.
In terms of like the wealthy buying dick length, yes.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, like, do you think that there will be clear trends in dick purchasing? I hope speaking about these stereotypes is positive, because honestly, like, high five. Y'all killing it. I've laughed with Cam, previous guest on the podcast, about this.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty egalitarian system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless there is money attached to it, where it's like, oh, I'll just give you this much dick length for money.
Yeah. Well,
I think you'd see a lot of people going dick bankrupt. Like, they're like, fuck, all I got left to sell is my inches.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Atrocious.
And then they have like...
Poverty would also include a lack of penis.
Yeah.
We're going to have
That's bad.
You know, we're going to also have to do this for all the other genitals too, or it's going to be biased.
Depth.
I guess.
Until you're just a wall. Yeah.
Depth, maybe, yeah. I mean, I guess breasticles is a more easy one to...
That's true.
That works on a similar basis.
Yeah.
This would be great. This is so LGBT friendly. Anyone can buy any genitalia.
Oh, they're transferable between sexes.
And everything. Like, for the races question, is it going to stack up like the children's toys of different sized donuts? Or is it going to all blend into the host's width and color? Or are you going to have stripes?
I kind of like the idea of stripes. Like, quality of dick is important as well as length.
The stripes are funny because I first see it like stripes on a karate belt, like, like a rank system.
Yep.
But also I love it because it lets you see how much people have spent on their penis length.
Yeah. And it'll specify like, oh no, I need this girth, otherwise it's not going to match up right.
That was my other question, is like, when you add this, is there going to be horrible ribbed for her pleasure, their pleasure differences in diameter, or is it like, should it be volume instead of length of dick?
No, I think it is that segment of that person's penis, essentially.
This is the most extreme and funniest way to picture it.
Yeah.
I
like trends. Like one day porn, it turns out that like totally like zebra striped dicks are like the new trend.
Everyone's looking for those uncircumcised inches.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ooh, he's got like red pubes, like on that.
I want that base slice.
Yeah, like, ooh, he really
edge with extra decoration on the cake.
He really spent on that one.
This might be the worst podcast that we're still gonna post. And I know it's all my fault.
I know we thought we were edgy with our 5 dicks question, but this is so much more elaborate. I love it.
However, I do think that if this worked, there would be a lot of very progressive gains made in it. And I would love to see everyone of every background, orientation, identity, race, creed, religion enjoying the open free market of genital length. I think that everyone could hypothetically benefit from this.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe you ended up actually bringing up your business idea on the podcast. I guess we don't got to talk about it now.
Fuck. Maybe this will be behind a paywall. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Chat next time, Han.
A couple of fellas.